fragmentation of the soul. I'm working on my self-worth for a long time. I deem myself as someone who didn't deserve love and happiness. I was always angry with my life and pushed love away because I thought I didn't deserve it. So yeah, insecurity, and that could be the biggest reason why they push you away. There is something about, again, they felt like they didn't deserve you. And again, like, go this whole reading to make sure it makes sense, because again, this is long and detailed for a reason. You're clearly the breadwinner of this dynamic. They saw that and they didn't like it, and there was some form of jealousy involved. Again, this is how your person views you right here, okay? There was some jealousy here for a long period of time, and there was something about, like, they felt like they could never provide for you. Like, what am I doing? And that is a wrong way to think about it. Makes me curious that this person was raised in an environment, especially if we're talking about, and you know, if your person's a man here, that they were raised to be a man and like be the providers and be this and be that. They could have grown up in a very tough household, not justified behaviors, but that's kind of where I'm feeling there's some form of stereotype or label this person has always been on. And as terrible as this to hear, especially if this collective, if I'm talking about a woman here, it kind of shook them and threw them off their balance, especially if they were seeing their person being a provider and being like more of the money maker, the breadwinner. That's why I said in part one, this readings may come off very hypocritical. I'm not, Dark Night of the Soul. Yeah, I feel like they're breaking out of that now because it ain't working. But destiny. See, this person, they know that now that, oh my gosh, I messed up. You're my person. You're this, you're that. Telepathic. You're getting dreams. That could be another big sign, is I think you're having dreams of this person coming through or talking to you. And you're like, nope, it's just all in my head. Soulmate. And then illusions. Be careful of drama, falseness, being deceived by appearance or people. I'm telling you, I have to say, the way this person views you sounds a little too good to be true, okay? Which sounds great. I'm not gonna lie. They look at you as a soulmate. They think that you guys were destined to meet, destined to be together. Let me do one more for that illusions. Again, be careful. I feel like it's a facade, especially the way how fast and impulsive this is coming in. Wordless. Sign right there, still don't make it fit. No contact going on between the two of you. Obviously, I'll get into what is this person's next intentions, but I'm telling you right now, again, I said in part one, this person doesn't want you to have a bad reputation or a bad name on them, or to have that ick in your mouth about them. There's something about this person's appearance. Again, I brought up Leo energy, which is part of the fire signs, like we said in part one. It's something about their image. They don't like when somebody looks at them very badly. I'm telling you right now, I think this collective, again, go this whole reading, there's a small part of you that reconciliation will happen one way or another. I don't think this person's going to still open up about their feelings. I don't think they are. I think they're coming in to clear the air, to apologize. You get that expectation of, oh, they finally woken up, they finally done this, they finally did that. And of course, if you don't want them back, that is completely fine. Use your discernment on that. But if you are, runner right there. They still got their runner boots on. I don't think they're in a space of vulnerability. I think with all this Dark Night of the Soul, they thought the grass was greener on the other side. They thought they could do better. And then I got Scorpio energy. I'm sorry for accusing you of things you didn't even do. I'm so used to people hurting me. I assumed you were trying to hurt me too. I should have treated you better. That's where I'm saying there could have been, that's what I just said. There was a lot of jealousy clearly tied between this dynamic, and this person was very jealous of you. And with that, again, you looked at this whole reading, like, you looked at this person as they had a very bad victim mentality. This person could have been very whiny. I don't know why that word's coming to my head. Oh, you're going to leave me for somebody else, or somebody could do this for you better. It's like the red flags were there in the nicest way. They always did oh, I can't do this for you. I can't do that. And then, or you deserve better. You're so beautiful. It's like very whiny. And I feel like that is a red flag. Okay. Especially if they're coming off very, oh, I can't provide, coming off very insecure. That's where I feel like this collective, you were very blinded, but you weren't. Because again, the red flags were kind of there, but the way this person ended off with you is very abrupt. And I think that is something they are in regret with. But yeah, there's that unawakened right there. I don't think they're awakened to the connection quite yet. Now let's get into what is their next intentions towards you. I'm actually going to use my crystal deck. I haven't used this bad boy in a long time. Okay. How does this collective... what is this person's next intentions towards this collective? What is this person's next intentions towards this collective? The Fool. Okay, and then the Five of Cups. I'm telling you, they're coming in full of regret. That's what I'm saying. It may come in very impulsively. They regret... I think they regret the way they ended things off with you, and they shouldn't have, than the way they have treated you. But I'm going to be honest, like I said, just be careful on the expectation part if this is something you're wanting back. If you don't use this, reading as a closure, obviously. But I don't think this person's going to make initiative to move forward with you at this very moment. But we're going to keep going. I think they're coming in to, again, and I don't like the whole, because I don't want anybody to view me badly. So please don't think anything badly. Two of Wands. That's what I'm saying. They're going to put you on a waiting period for a little bit of time. There is still going to be a little bit of an emotional distance between the two of you lovers. Yes, there is feelings still there, but again, I think the way this person ended it off with you was very cold and, quote, not like them, and they don't want that reputation on their back. Makes me curious if they were always the one to get their heart broken, or they're the ones that have always been done wrong, and you could have, sorry, trigger warning, I'm so sorry, you could have been the first person they have done wrong, and they don't like that. It's like, and in a lot of ways, I feel like they have recognized what they have done is wrong, but I feel like the way they're coming in is a little odd. That's why I said in part one, it's going to come off a little hypocritical. What else? And then the Emperor, yeah, okay, heavy fire energy out of this reading. Yeah, there's definitely some Aries, coming out over here, okay? But that's what I'm saying. I think they're going to take charge on this one as far as reaching out to you. So sign, if this is your reading thus far, I would not reach out to this person. There's something about fine dining. There could have been a memory of you guys going to a fine dining restaurant together. Or I'm hearing, that's where I'm saying, please be careful. This person could invite you out to a nice restaurant. That's what I'm saying. Do not be deceived by appearances or looks or their words. There's something they're really going to take charge on. I don't think this is going to be a lousy text or a phone call like, my bad. There's something about the way this person talks to you. It gets you on the hook. They're really soft-spoken. They're sweet. They're gentle. But they're also very straightforward, cutthroat, to the point. The Fool. Okay, yeah, then I got the Hangman right here. That's what I'm saying. I would be very stuck and stagnant right there. But there still needs to be some surrendering. I feel like for this collective, what this is going to do, again, as long as you put the illusions to the side and take the mask off and see things that... through clear glasses, essentially, it's going to give you that sense of direction of, what, maybe this could still come back to me later, but not right now. Because I feel like in this person's own subtle right, they're going to make it in a funny way clear to you that they're not wanting to move forward. It's more of a, hey, I'm so sorry of what I've done. That's what I'm saying. It's going to, as far as moving forward, it's going to be very stuck and stagnant. I would be very careful. Five of Cups. Four of Wands. That's what I'm saying. It's like, why am I hearing Rolling in the Deep by Adele? We could have had it all. That's kind of what I'm hearing. And that's where this person's going to come through. Is like, damn, we could have had it all together. Everything, though, what's coming through, and again, it really depends how this collective you're going to handle it. Everything that's going to come out of this person's mouth is, we could have been this, I could have had this with you, we could have been this way and that way, blah, 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 go a million miles an hour. But again, I think what is going to frustrate this collective is this person's not going to have too much initiative to pull forward with you, if that makes any sense. Two of Wands. And then, okay, yeah, and then the Ace of Cups, but that came out flat in reverse. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't lower your expectations as far as if this person is going to make you some form of offer. But again, during this time of distance, there is going to be some form of offer.